When the Air 3 and Mini 4 Pro were released, they were offered with a new pair of remote controllers, the RC2 and the RCN2. In this video I will show you my favorite one, the RC2 with a built-in screen. You will see how to use it and why it is an improvement over the previous model, the RC. In the description below you will find all the info needed about the pricing of the Mini 4 Pro and Air 3 with the different controllers. The main issue with the Mini 3 Pro is the transmission system, inferior to any other DJI model I ever tried, and I have tried more than a dozen. This is due in part to the antennas, both in the drone itself and the remote controller. The Mini 3 Pro doesn't have feet at the end of the wings, where the antennas are located in previous lightweight models. They are placed horizontally inside the wings. When the more affordable Mini 3 was released a few months later, the classic design was restored, with a pair of feet containing the antennas, but the signal transmission only marginally improved. The previous RC controller has a pair of built-in antennas, and this could be another reason for the poor transmission. Besides the two internal ones, DJI has supplied the new RC2 controller with two extra external antennas, which are the main visible difference compared to the RC. The new model has a dual transmitter, quad receiver system, aiming to enhance signal strength and improve transmission performance. Transmission quality was high on the list of priorities. The new RC2 is compatible with the new generation DJI OcuSync 4 transmission technology, with 3 different frequency bands, including the new 5.1 GHz, particularly effective for user base in Europe. The improvement of the signal transmission of the Mini 4 Pro with the RC2 compared to the Mini 3 Pro with the RC is massive. According to the location, for some users, it is worth by itself the price difference. When buying a Mini 4 Pro or Air 3, there is a choice between two remote controllers. The RCN2 to be used with a smartphone or tablet, or the RC2 with a built-in screen. The latter doesn't need a device like a smartphone or a tablet, and this is a huge advantage. Just one device to charge and carry, no cables to connect. Simply turn on the controller, which boots up in less than 30 seconds, turn on the aircraft, and ready to go. The display size is 5.5 inches with a resolution of 1080p. The weight is 420 grams, about 10% more than the previous RC model, due to the external antennas and other improvements. After removing the sticks, it fits perfectly in the bag, and it is still an excellent solution for hiking and traveling. The brightness value is 700 nits. With the RCN1 I was always using a tablet, and I find the RC controller much brighter, with better visibility in sunny conditions. Some premium smartphones have a slightly higher nits value, but they tend to dim in sunny conditions to avoid overheating. The new model has 32 GB of internal storage, which is plenty for screen recording and caching. I found it very useful compared to using an SD card, as I can connect the controller to my PC with a supplied cable to transfer the file to a hard drive, and at the same time charge the controller. Let's have a guided tour of the controller. On the front there are two removable sticks. On the top some LEDs. The 4 to the right indicate the battery level, the one to the left is initially red, but it turns green when the connection with the drone is established. The button to the left starts a return to home if we press and hold. With a quick press the drone pauses immediately in flight, or exit automated moves like master shots, quick shots or hyperlapses, to prevent accidents. In the middle there is a selector for the 3 different speed modes: Cine, Normal and Sport. To the right, the main switch. By pressing it once, the 4 LEDs show the battery level. A short press followed by a long one powers the controller. The same to switch it off. On the upper side there are two buttons, the one to the left to start recording video. The one to the right is the photo shutter. Pressing it halfway will focus on the middle of the screen if we are in autofocus mode. Behind the two shutters there are two wheels. The one on the left tilts the gimbal up and down, and the one to the right by default controls the zoom, but can be customized as we will see later. This second dial produces a smoother zoom compared to simply dragging a finger on the screen. On the back there are two cavities to store the control sticks and two buttons that can be customized in the control tab of the settings by opening Button Customization. By default, the one to the left is set to toggle the tilt of the gimbal from top down to facing forward. The other button is set to cruise control. But there are plenty of other choices. It is also possible to modify the action of the right dial, the one normally assigned to the zoom. Finally, it is possible to customize the action of the right dial combined with each of the two buttons. Plenty of choices. On the bottom there is a USB-C port that can be used for connection to a computer, to transfer file and to charge the controller. It is also possible to attach a microphone for voiceover. The other slot is for an SD card, although I prefer to store the screen recordings in the internal memory of the controller. On the two sides there are two small holes to fit a linear neck strap, to have the controller hanging and free your hands. After turning the controller on, by swiping down once at the top of the screen, we can see the local time, the status of the SD card, battery level, and icons for other devices connected, like a microphone or a headphone. By swiping down twice, we access the main screen for functionalities and settings of the controller. To the left, we can explore the content of the mini SD card, if we have one connected. By swiping with the finger to the right, we return to the previous screen. If we swipe up from the bottom, we exit the settings and return to DJI Fly App. Through the gear icon at the top right, we access a menu of settings where we can choose an internet connection, needed for firmware updates or for accessing the maps. When the aircraft takes off, the internet connection is switched off. To access the map on location, there are two possibilities. One is to get an internet connection with your smartphone or tablet if you have set up an hotspot. An alternative is to browse the map of the location when you have a connection at different zoom level to cache them in memory. In the right part of the screen there are 7 icons. The first one connects to the internet if there is a network available. If we press and hold the next one, we can pair a Bluetooth device, such as a headphone. The next icon mutes the messages we receive during the flight. The first icon on the second row is for screen recording. An icon will appear showing the recording time with a button to stop recording. We can move it by dragging it around. The next icon is for screenshots. At the bottom there are two sliders for brightness and volume. Some more features are available on the landing page of DJI Fly App by tapping on the profile icon. We can access the flight data center, find my drone, and check for firmware updates. The battery lasts for about 4 hours, which is a lot considering the need to power the screen. It is the equivalent of 8 batteries of the aircraft, certainly enough for all the occasions. The charging time is about 90 minutes. Do I recommend purchasing the RC controller? Absolutely. I use it all the time. With an older model, going back to a controller with a remote device feels cumbersome. Click on this link to watch my video about video quality of the Mini 4 Pro. And don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video interesting. Thank you.